Prime Minister highlights concrete achievements in her administration's first year, investment plans for 2013, and then there was light. You're watching Jamaica House Weekly. I am Samantha Allen. Prime Minister Portia Simpson Miller delivered a wide-ranging message to the country Sunday night where she updated the public on government's achievements over the past year. Mrs. Simpson Miller also set out key areas of focus for 2013.
We must recommit ourselves to the highest levels of productivity and excellence. We must insist on the best from ourselves. Most of all, we must never give in to even the whisper of cynicism or hopelessness, but instead be agents of hope.
The Prime Minister assured that government would continue to focus on its multi-billion-dollar investment plans to stimulate the Jamaican economy and foster growth this year. She pointed to the development of the Gordon Key Container Transshipment Hub, the Fort Augusta Container Terminal and Logistics Center, and the privatization of the Kingston Container Terminal. Mrs. Simpson Miller said the north-south link of Highway 2000 being constructed by China Harbor Engineering Company at a cost of $610 million would also create a number of jobs. Investors looking to build ICT facilities can access $20 million in loan funds from the Development Bank of Jamaica. As it relates to energy, the Jamaica Public Service Company is slated to spend more than $630 million in power plant and renewable energy projects. And Prime Minister Portia Simpson Miller also pointed to a number of her administration's achievements in its first year in office. A major achievement was the dent made in the crime rate.
We successfully reduced the rate of murders, shootings, robberies, and sexual offenses. There was an 18% increase in the recovery of firearms and a 14% increase in the recovery of ammunition.
On the matter of employment, Mrs. Simpson Miller said within the first 6 months, the Jamaica Emergency Employment Program, JEEP, employed over 17,000 persons, surpassing the Phase 1 target of 5,000 jobs. The Prime Minister said $6 billion had been set aside for Phase 2, which is expected to put more than 40,000 people to work. Private sector interests have also been employing qualified Jamaicans under the Jamaica Employ Program.
In response to Hurricane Sandy, over 180 houses were constructed and handed over before the end of the year. 5,000 persons received checks ranging from $30,000 to $60,000, and $200 million was provided to assist our farmers.
At the dawn of the new year, a reflective yet resolute Prime Minister called for unity in the face of adversity.
While the pride of Jamaica 50 will follow us into the future, this new year will bring stark realities into focus. Jamaica and Jamaicans are capable, and we must live up to the challenges. Our people have what it takes to meet them head-on.
Mrs. Simpson Miller also reaffirmed the government's commitment to negotiating the best possible deal with the International Monetary Fund, all in the interest of the Jamaican people.
Let me assure you that this administration will adhere to sound macroeconomic policy, whilst at the same time taking all the necessary steps to foster increased investment in the economy, particularly in physical infrastructure and tourism.
And on the cusp of the new year, Mrs. Simpson Miller illuminated 2 communities in eastern St. Andrew, switching on electricity there for the first time. Some 90 families benefited when the Prime Minister turned on the lights in Highlight View and Land Lease.
What I want is for Jamaica to be like any first world country. Children will be able to do their homework. Children will be able to access the internet for information, high school students and university students. Students will be able to go online and get information of things happening across the globe.
The $5 million venture was facilitated by the Rural Electrification Program. Work continues to connect another 900 families in St. Andrew communities to the national grid. And that's it for this week's edition of Jamaica House Weekly. We return next week with the latest out of the office of the Prime Minister.